All right, home renos, well, they're up 40% and they're on the rise, even more so with more people spending time at home. We're starting to notice every nook and cranny we'd like to change and fix and upgrade. Here to chat with us about how to do a home reno without getting ripped off, that's the key, is Peter Glaw. He's awesome. He's from Premier Quality Renovations. Peter, thank goodness you're here. How are you?
Good morning. Fantastic. Thank you.
First things first, how do you feel about people being their own general contractors because they want to save some cash?
You know what? It's a great idea. The thing is, you've just got to get some guidance, which is what we and other professionals provide for them, and then just make sure they're doing the right thing, and there's not a problem.
And one of your tips, you say do not pay any more than how much money up front?
We recommend give no more than $5,000 up front with the agreement. Make a deal with the renovator or contractor to pay as you go. End of every week, job's done, you're happy, pay them.
Good for you, Peter, because there's a lot of good people out there, and there's a lot of people who will try and rob you of your cash. So we've got some questions coming in. First one, my husband wants to turn our basement into a home movie theater. He insists he knows what he's doing because he's watched a YouTube video. He'd like to do it himself to save cash, but I'm afraid the basement will turn out worse than it already is. Any tips? That's from Karen from Etobicoke.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to do it yourself. It's good to be your own general contractor, but don't try it alone. It's like learning to drive a car without any lessons, you know. And if they get a hold of us, we can guide them through the whole journey, and it's simple, and the job will turn out perfect. Okay.
Tish from Mississauga writes, we started renovating our backyard deck using a contractor referred by a friend. He's done a terrible job. We paid him $15K up front, non-refundable. Oh, my gosh. At this point, we feel like we should fire him, but we've given him most of our budget. What should we do? What can they do?
You know what? There's not a whole bunch you can do, and I really feel for these people. I see it all the time. That's the reason I wrote my book and help people. The best that I would recommend is be nice to the contractor, invite him back, see what you can get done. Try to get as much done as you possibly can. And then next time, just ensure you don't give anybody a lot of money up front.
Yeah, brutal. It's that rule again, right? Third question comes from Louis from Kingston. I want to put hardwood floors in my RV, but I'm having trouble sourcing products. Any advice on where to look? That's the other thing, because so many people are doing renos. It's hard to get supplies.
It's definitely a problem. I mean, have him look at his local stores, the big box stores, and more so go to web, search things out, go on smaller importers, distributors. And if I could just make a suggestion, hardwood really is not the best idea for a motorhome or boat. I would recommend a synthetic hardwood, which is like a vinyl product, but it looks and feels like real hardwood, and it'll take the moisture in the summer and the cold in the winter. It's just a great product.
Pro tip right there, Peter. Let's talk about lumber, supply and demand. You said right now it's way too expensive. There's great alternatives. So what else should people look for?
You know, there's a lot of things that we could do instead of just using wood. For example, if we're going to build our house or do renovation, we can use metal studding, which is a great alternative. It's less money. They're totally straight. They're easy to come by. They're termite resistant. They're fire resistant. Even with flooring, we don't have to go with wood flooring necessarily. There's a lot of synthetic flooring like Torley's or other companies that look like real wood. They're less money and they're readily available.
Great tips. Where do we find more information, Peter?
You can get a hold of us on our website at premier-renovations.com, and there you can see everything you need and take a look at our book.
Peter Glaw. Why? Because he's Glawsome. Thanks, Peter. Have a good day. Great tips.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back with more BTR after this. And you laughed at my bad jokes.